We're talking about Casey, Weaver, and our young talent. And this goes not just for Detroit Pistons, but for any team in the league. When you have young players on the team, 22 years old and below, 22, 21, 19, 18, you gotta let these guys play. Point blank, you gotta let them play. First round pick, second round pick, or undrafted, none of that matters. You gotta play these guys. So for the Detroit Pistons, we got Saben Lee, Luka Garza, Hamidou Diallo. He's not 22. I'm pretty sure he's a little bit older than that. But even still, he still falls into the category of our younger players. You know, Frank Jackson, Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, Cade Cunningham, Killian Hayes. Most of this team is really young, but only some of them get ample opportunities, while others get none. Others get none. Think about that. You got Saben Lee, who spent most of the season in the G League. Meanwhile, Corey Joseph, Kojo, he's 30 years old, playing more often than not, right? He's playing more often than not. I got cats in the background. In any case, he's playing more often than not, right? And he's not contributing much to the long-term success of this team. Play Saben Lee over Corey Joseph. Play Luka Garza over Trey Lyles. Luka Garza is former NCAA Player of the Year. JJ Redick, who had a great career, was the NCAA Player of the Year. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Tim Duncan. I say this over and over again. When you have someone who has that award, that accolade to their name, you gotta play them. Give them a chance to legitimately adjust to the NBA. To adjust to whatever pro league they're in. This goes for basketball, soccer, I don't care what the sport is. It could be football. You gotta give these guys a chance to actually adjust to the next level before you go writing them off as not talented enough. Luka Garza should be playing at least 12 minutes a night. Saben Lee should be playing at least 12 minutes a night. It took way too long before we finally started giving Hamidou Diallo a legitimate chance to play on his team. For like the first 15 games, he didn't get any kind of playing time. Now we're letting him play. But why did it take so long? It took almost a quarter of a season to finally play the guy. Sadiq Bey is playing like trash more often than not. He's struggling. He is notably struggling. And we still play him 25 to 35 minutes a night. Same thing with Isaiah Stewart. We need to be playing all of our young guys. This is a season we're not going to do good. We're doing bad. We're going to keep doing bad. We need to play all of our young guys. So when people go and they try to blame Coach Casey, Dwayne Casey, for why we're doing so bad, I don't care what his rotations are, what his offensive scheme is. None of them are going to be good. With the players we have, we're just going to be bad. But you got to let these guys grow, because next season, they might all be great. They all might be studs. But we don't know, because we're not giving them legitimate chances. This is not Casey's fault. This is not Troy Weaver's fault, the general manager. This is not his fault. We have the players. We just got to let them grow. So before anybody else talk about, oh, Casey needs to be fired, we need to get rid of Troy Weaver. The players we have aren't talented enough. We have the roster already. We just got to let them grow. Everybody's all like, we're tanking for a high draft pick. A high draft pick isn't the answer if we don't let these young guys grow. We could get Paolo Banchero or any of these young guys. It doesn't matter if we don't really properly utilize them, give them legitimate opportunities. We draft one of these guys and then what? We turn Isaiah Stewart into a bench warmer? He'll only be 21 years old. What are we going to do with him? Are we going to shift him over to power forward? Are we going to keep starting him at center? Or are we going to turn him into a bench warmer? What are we going to do with Luka Garza? We just going to kick him off the team altogether? What are we going to do with Isaiah Livers? He ain't even played yet. Dude's still trying to recover from an injury. He ain't even played yet. What are we going to do after we draft somebody? if we're not properly utilizing our young players right now. We're only going to do worse. We're going to do worse later on. If we add yet another young player to the team when we already don't properly utilize the ones we already have. This is just some food for thought. Food for thought. For any young team in any sport. You have to give your young players a legitimate chance. And that's something we're not doing. I just have to get that out. I read too many forums. I participate in too many other people's videos. Yada yada, you name it. To not see this recurring thought coming up that our players aren't talented enough or our coach isn't good enough. None of these are the problems. The problem is that we are in a development season and people aren't recognizing it as such. And the organization itself, the Detroit Pistons, aren't acting like they're in a development season. They're playing veterans. Corey Joseph is 30. Rodney McGruder should never begin playing time. Rodney McGruder, he's played in multiple games now. He should never be playing unless a lot of people at the guard position are hurt. Corey Joseph should not be playing. Rodney McGruder should not be playing. Trey Lyles should not be playing as much as he does. That's the problem. We need to give our young guys, all the people I've named before, a legitimate chance throughout the rest of the season. If you are a young player on this team, you should be getting at least 12 minutes a night. And in a 40-minute game, 48 minutes, 12 minutes is not that much to ask for. It's not that much to ask for. Play these guys. That's all I got to say, all right? That's it.